Welcome to the Experience Matters podcast with your host, Kent Clothier Sr., and your co-host, Kevin Homel.
Welcome, everyone, to the next edition of the Experience Matters podcast. My name is Kent Clothier Sr., and my co-host today is Kevin Homel. We'll hear from him in just a second. Our topic today is hiring for excellence. I'm going to field a few questions from Kevin today and talk a little bit about what we do here at Memphis Invest and in our property management company. Remind you today that you can follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and also on the Memphis Invest website. I think we have close to 20 different podcasts, or soon to be about 20 different podcasts up there. We're also about to surpass 10,000 of you that have spent time listening to this, and for that we're very thankful and grateful for, and hope you continue with us, and some of the content has been worthwhile and good for you, and share it with somebody else. Doesn't cost anything. It's all there for you to use at your convenience. So, Kevin, let's talk about the topic we're getting into. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so this is a great topic because in your position, you've talked so many episodes about customer service or just the attention to detail and all of that stuff, which has led to our growth. And our growth has obviously led to us having to scale up processes and systems, and really most importantly, add people to the team. And so I thought today's podcast would be good as episode 20. So a little milestone for us to sort of dive into how you've built and really handed off the people process of this company. And I think in the audience out there of those 10,000 almost listeners, somebody out there, probably a lot of them, own their own business, are growing their business, maybe even following some of the things that we've talked about here, and want to know when it comes time to add those people to their team, how to do that the best way, how to make sure you're adding the right people to the team, and how to grow your business and not lose the culture and all the important stuff that we've talked about. So felt like that'd be a good topic today, episode 20. Congrats on that.
Thank you. So the first question, I guess, is so how did we set up the hiring process to find people that work for us? So I always look at how many people that we hire every year and how many people that leave our company for whatever reason, and so that we can always try to do better, because anytime you lose somebody, especially for you new entrepreneurs and you young sales managers or whatever out there, that it does cost a lot of money to hire and replace somebody. And so we're in tune with training and hiring, but it all starts back at the process of hiring the right person. And over the years, I've always tried to hire people that will fit into the position well, that they don't necessarily have to be educated in the field that we're looking for, but I do look for a certain type of people. I look for a certain type of way they present themselves in an interview, their preparation, their body language, how they come across, some of their answers, to try to find somebody that's not average that comes to work for us. And I've said many times that we just cannot have the average people working for us. And I'd say today in our group of 80 that we do have some average people in there, but over the time they just kind of filter out, because if you have above average type people working for your company and they're highly enthused, energetic, look forward to working, coming to work every day, they bring it every day, then they're going to eventually run out the average people. And so we go through a process of defining the position first on what department it's in, and then what we're looking for, what some of the job responsibilities will be for that position. And then we look internally first to see if we have anybody to put in that position or promote or move up. And then if not, then we go outside and then we start the interview process. And today they come in and go through 2 or 3 rounds of different people, running them through the mill about what type of a job they're looking for, what they're going to bring to the table, getting their strengths, getting their weaknesses. How are you going to make us better? The very first day you're here, how how hard will you be working that day, and what will you be bringing to our table when you come to work? How much better are you going to make us? And so we go through a lot of questions and a lot of different scenarios with 2 or 3 groups of people, and then they will come together and share some of their answers and decide if we want to make this individual an offer, and if he or she would be a good fit for our company, would fit into the culture, is going to be dependable, is not going to be somebody that's going to come in and bring us down, but somebody that's going to come in and pick us up and make us better, and that's what we're looking for. And somebody that's going to come in, maybe kind of ordinary type of person that we can expect to do extraordinary things. So that's kind of the long answer on that, Kevin, but as at least get the conversation started, trying to find that exceptional person to come to work for us.
Yeah, and every desk in our company and on the wall in almost every office, especially where we meet people that are coming in for interviews, are the core values. So you said the word culture, and obviously we interview for culture fit first. I wanted to make sure everybody heard what Kent said there. We are not necessarily, in very few positions in the company, are we looking for someone with a specific education, a specific degree. It's really just, can they hack it here, really? And then we set them around everyone that comes in with 5 or 6 different people from the company in 2 or 3 different sessions, too. I don't know if you actually said that, but we may bring somebody in for 5 or 6 interviews to really make sure that our team feels like they're going to make it. And also, I know you've said several times, Kent, even at our event in Dallas earlier this year, that it won't be you running the people off. It'll be us. It'll be the team. It'll be the people that they're beside every day working, whether they're going to excel or not excel, that will really run them out. So those are the people that you want, deciding whether to even bring them in the first place. And that's a big deal, I think, for businesses that are growing, allowing your team to be involved in that process so that you're not the one making every decision. So if you're all right with it, I'm going to let that segue into question number 2.
Sure.
Question number 2 is delegation is key to growth. And you've talked about that before in a couple of other podcasts. Today, you aren't involved in the hiring process at all. And really, unless it's customer service, I think we talked about that before as well. That's still your baby, and you still want to kind of feel that person out on that hire. But how have you been able to separate yourself from that crucial process?
Well, again, it's been a lot of years, and we got a great leadership team in place now. They understand that when we hire somebody, that if you don't set the expectations, if you don't tell them they're going to be accountable, we're going to put them through training, and then we're going to expect them to be great. And we have to lay that out at the very beginning. We expect them to be dependable, and to make our team better by you coming in, or whoever that person is. And when you explain that to people, and it's not the normal everyday interview of tell us what you did at your last job and how long you were there, and I don't really care about any of that stuff. I know it's factored in there. I do look at the resume, but what I'm looking for once they get into our office and they get a chance to meet our people, then we're going to be almost trying to scare you out of not coming to work for us, all right? Because the bar is going to be so high, and we're going to expect you to come in and be great. And again, like I said a second ago, you're going to have responsibilities. You're going to have expectations. We are going to hold people accountable. And we find that when we get people like this, they really like working in that environment, because people today like to be challenged, whether they're young or old, middle-aged, doesn't matter. If you lay it out right and you explain it right and you get the right person in your company, then it's going to make everybody's job easier. And that's what our team of people today do, that interview people. I'm trying to make sure that we get the right fit, and we're not for everybody. And we have to cull those people out that just won't fit in, and try to get the really exceptional ones.
Yeah, so when I got here in 2011, I think you were still involved in interviewing everyone. It probably wasn't too far after that you let us, as the leadership team, sort of take that over. Now we have about 12 to 15 different people in the company. You kind of call your go-to interview crowd here in Memphis. We have several people in Dallas that get involved in that, and we do remote video interviews and things like that all the time. Our core values are sitting here on the table while we're talking, and that's kind of our blueprint for who is going to make that cut. If we get the sense they're going to be the culture fit, we are asking them, because you use the word accountable. People want to be held accountable. We're asking them the tough questions And that's really the starting point for you out there listening. That's the starting point for setting the expectation of the culture that we do have. If they can't be held accountable and they can't understand in the interview process how meticulous we're going to be about our processes and our systems and how we are going to always hold people accountable, I think we get the sense of that pretty early on, and we kind of weed them out before they even make it in. So the other question then is our leadership and hiring team select the best of the best when we're adding to the team? Once someone is selected to join Memphis Invest, what are some of the things that we do to get them quickly up to speed on our culture and our operation?
Okay, well, let me ask you that question. What do we do to get them up to speed and up to?
I had a feeling you might do that.
Reverse this back on you, Kevin.
That's perfect.
But you got all these questions, man, and let me just see.
I wish the video's on JJ right now, our producer. He's sitting over there cracking up too. So JJ also runs our orientation program that we do when we bring somebody in. So
go ahead, jump on that one, Kevin.
I'll take it. Yeah, to answer that. So the first 4 days that someone is working for us as a new hire, obviously day one, just giving them the backstory of the company, telling them the why behind what we do, making sure they understand all the culture points that are important to us as an operation, going over their job description, the main things they're going to be held accountable for, setting up their software access and all the things they need to do their job. And then really we just kind of start a very detailed process of having them spend time in every department around the company. And it's several days. It's a lot of companies would probably say this is a waste of money and a waste of time. But for us, we've seen since we started doing this a couple of years ago that people have a much better experience in the early days understanding how each department affects the other departments, how my job might affect your job, and it just sets the tone for just a better experience all the way around. Experience matters, and we don't just stop at the client with that. It's our team as well.
And I think because of that, we're getting a better person coming to work for us. And we'll have to see. Again, we've had people that have been with us since our company opened 12, 13, 14 years ago. We have people now, more people now ever that are approaching 10 years, 8 years, 6 years with us. And again, we're looking for people that want to be with us and grow long-term in a company that's been in business, that's going to be in business for a long time, with today over 4,500 houses and 1,500 investors managing $450 million worth of properties. We're going to be here. And so we're looking for people that want to come in for the long term. We're very, again, like I said, particular about the type of individuals that we hire. And we're just looking for certain things. We have a good mix of, like I said earlier, younger millennial type folks and middle age, and some people that have been with us a long time. So we have the mix, and it seems to work. Our hiring process can always get better. There is today a lot less to choose from today in all the markets that we're in as far as people that are available out there, and we just have to cultivate it and work a little harder to find the type of people that we're looking for.
So I said earlier on, you have removed yourself from that process. There's again 10,000 or so people that have listened to your story so far, and all the way through client services and all the things that we do. What was the point where you said, I really need to take myself out of this process? Because you have to continue to focus on the vision and where we're going next and all the other things that the owner has to do. What gave you the comfort level to say, all right, I'm going to let this process happen? I mean, there's probably only a few things that impact the company's financial performance more than the kind of people that they bring on board. So what gave you the comfort level to pass that off entirely?
Well, when I got a chance to sit in on a few interviews with our key people and our executive team and some other people that are in mid-level positions with our company that do a really, really good job and understand the core values, understand the type of people and the culture that we're looking for, that have been here for a while, that's seen some of the people that have come through and hadn't made it, and what their weaknesses were that didn't allow them to stay with us. And so when I finally realized that our leadership and our management teams, middle management and upper management, all understand how important that hire is to making everybody's job easier around the company. Because when we have the right people working in our company, then it serves all of the things that we're trying to serve much, much better And again, of course, the key to it is after we get them in is a training that we go through, and that's another complete subject and topic for another day. But the hiring process out there is, to me, really, really important. Kevin, before I finalize this thing, is there anything else on the hiring process?
Yeah, so to bring a couple things together, I mean, earlier in an episode we talked about the expansion into other cities, and you really let our executive team take that and run with it. This is another area right here in adding people to our team in 5 different cities and we're going to bring on our first hire in Little Rock here in the next week. You were involved a little bit of that because it was the first hire in a brand new city, as you were in Dallas, as you were in Houston. But being able to, in your chair, as you say, trust your team to handle those big decisions is going to be key. So if someone out there listening that's running their own business or climbing the ladder in their organization, there's value in allowing yourself to delegate processes like this to the people that you have confidence in. If you continue to hold it all, and I've heard you say this, stay small and keep it all, but if you keep it all, it will stay small because it just can't grow beyond your abilities. So good chance there to tie a lot of that together. Somebody out there listening that is really latching on to the things that you're saying, that's one of the key things a senior leader has to do. They have to be able to turn things over.
Again, the topic today was hiring for excellence. So again, whether you're in the corporate field or entrepreneurial field, that next hire you're going to make is really, really important. And hopefully this did a little good for you today. And you don't have to settle for average. If you ask for above average and expect above average, you'll be able to get above average people. And that's really what we try to do. And I've talked for many, many years about, again, like I said a few minutes ago, average people. It's hard for average people to work for our company because when you have overachievers and above average people that want to get ahead and want to excel, they're just going to run those folks off. And so anyway, I hope that helped you a little bit today. It's been a few minutes talking about the hiring process. Again, my name is Kent Clothier Sr. with Kevin Homel on Experience Matters podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and the Memphis Invest website. We hope you have a great day, and thanks for a few minutes of your time, and hopefully this content was good for you today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for joining us on Experience Matters. You can listen and subscribe to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Be sure to visit us at memphisinvest.com.